Okay, round one, we're on the play, and we will go first. And yeah, we'll keep this hand. We got Rafellos, so we've got a turn three Master of the Wild Hunt. Actually, I guess we have a turn three Garrick Primal Hunter, so I'm gonna go for that. It seems a bit more powerful than a turn three Master, assuming, of course, Rafellos lives. So I anticipate every opponent we play against being green, considering we didn't see one green fatty. I think that would be a pretty safe assumption that there is, in fact, every deck being green in this draft. Let's see if Rafellos lives. If Rafellos lives, we're in pretty good shape. Rafellos does not live, but I guess we get to leave up Counterspell, which is good, and we get to Brainstorm too. Brainstorm, of course, not being at its best in this deck, but the reason I kind of liked it is we actually have an adequate amount of shuffle effects. I just wanted to point them out to you in case you were curious. Farseek, Rampant Growth, Sakura Tribe Elder, Search for Tomorrow, and I guess that's it. But not a ton, I admit, but an adequate amount. Keep in mind, 4 in a 40 card deck, 1 in every 10 cards is a shuffle effect, which I think makes Brainstorm at least an option. Mog War Marshal, it does not seem worth a counterspell to me. So I think we're going to hold off on that. Elvish Mystic, also not much of a concern. So I guess we're going to end of turn Brainstorm here. Okay, so put 2 cards on top of my library. Almost want to shuffle away the River Boa, but we don't need to draw Overrun yet either, so I guess what we're going to do is put... Problem is we're not going to draw a land next turn, which means we're not going to be able to play Garrick. Guess I'll put these 2 on top. So we're just going to untap land, master, pass. See if it lives. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. We're not drawing a land for at least another turn. So I think I might have to harmonize next turn. Hoping to dig up a land, of course. Opponent does not pay the echo, which means master is likely getting killed, but we're not in the worst spot ever if it does. Opponent's deck is very strange. Oh, so we do get to kill things with master. Well, that's kind of a relief. So we don't just untap kill something because we still want to use master as a blocker potentially. So now I think we get to just play a Riverboa pass, leave up counterspell, and we're in actually a pretty decent spot, I would say. Now we're just spitting out wolves and protecting our master. Likely something getting countered. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That is not okay. Take our medicine. So I could have killed Mystic before he played the Goyf, but we're going to kill Mystic anyway, end of his turn. There's already a creature in the yard, so it's kind of irrelevant. And we have a River Boa, which I guess can block and regen. There's some more wolves for you. All right. Hey, Jace. That's a strong card. So let's play Jace and proceed to Brainstorm. Although I could start Fate Sealing, but I want to make my land drops. So let's draw 3. There you go. Problem is, well, I guess I can, let's put Harmonize on top. Let's put Overrun on top. Let's play a land. Let's play a Utopia Sprawl. Although, I guess we can leave up the regen this turn. That might be better. Or leave up the regen, I should say. All right, let's just pass. Got a Jason Mind Sculptor up. We have like a decent little... Our opponent's got 1 card left in hand. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. Currently cannot attack very well. What have we got in the air? We got instant, creature, and that's it. Instants and creatures. So if my opponent plays a sorcery, Goyf goes up to 3/4. But in response to the sorcery, I can kill Goyf. Even with the sorcery, I can kill Goyf, and either way, I only lose 1 wolf. But we're actually in an okay spot here. I mean, we got Jace out, and Master of the Wild Hunt's just spitting out wolves all day. And the beauty of Master is you can block with wolves and then fight with said wolves. So I can even keep Jace, adequately protected. And we're close to Overrun being amazing. Kind of want to just start Fate Sealing my opponent now. I probably could have done it, but like I said, I wanted to hit my land drop. And it's straight up card advantage. Oh, I should have fought with Master. Forgot. My bad. Could have at least killed a token for free, so that would have been a good move there. But that's okay. So I think we're just going to start the Fate Sealing process here. So we'll play a land, play a Utopia Sprawl. Actually, why don't we just use Jace first? So let's Fate Seal, since our opponent's desperately searching for something. Goblin Guide, yes. You can totally have a Goblin Guide. More power to you. All right, so cast Utopia Sprawl, choose blue. Let's play Garrick. Still leave up the regen. Let's put out a beast. Let's pass the turn. So I imagine that Overrun is likely lethal next turn. I think it was one of those things where it would have been absolutely lethal had I what? Had I remembered to fight the other thing. It's got to be still lethal, right? How could it not be? I mean, I can just bounce each of these 6, 11. Yeah, it's got to be lethal. So let's just go for the Overrun. See if that just prompts a concession. Yeah, he's F6 too. All right. I guess 6, 8, 9. No, our opponent was dead. I just wanted to add up the toughness and see if they could have survived, but they would have had to kill one of our guys plus do it. Okay, maybe I should have just bounced beforehand or something. Actually, what's kind of cool is you can go Overrun plus draw 3 cards, and I would have gotten 6 cards. All right, so managed to beat kind of a mediocre looking red-green beatdown deck. I mean, it's got ramp creatures plus like token producers plus like burn spells, so kind of confused. But hey, our deck's terrible too, so who am I to criticize? Yeah, we don't have a sideboard. We already have like an inadequate amount of playables, so let's just try again. Looks good to me. Got a turn 2 Caryatid keep into a turn 3 Master of the Wild Hunt once again. Although I kind of don't like playing Master of the Wild Hunt now based on the knowledge I have of his deck. I actually want to play Forest into Hinterland Harbor, if anything, because if I draw Rafellos off the top, I want to have as many forests up as possible. Although, no, I guess yeah, theoretically I could have had Counterspell up next turn if I played the Harbor this turn and drew an island. But the reason I don't like that is, I guess, the Rafellos argument. Hey, thanks for the land. And we get a Sylvan Caryatid next turn, which is probably the best counter to a Goblin Guide I could possibly ask for. So, Breeding Pool's cool and all, but I'm not going to do that yet. So we're just going to play Caryatid. Now we got ourselves a little Goblin Guide blocker, which is nice. I think I'm just going to leave up counter spells, or try to, until I can play the... So we actually play Breeding Pool tapped, and then I can still leave up Forbid and Counterspell. Or I could play River Boa, leave up... That's actually not bad either. So I can play River Boa, leave up regular Counterspell. Makes the best use of my mana, but I have to take damage to do it, which I'm not thrilled about. Am I in that big of a hurry to get a River Boa out there? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'd almost rather discard it to Forbid, to be honest. Just to use Forbid twice. Yeah, I'd almost rather ditch a Riverbow in a forest just to play Forbid. That's kind of interesting, actually. I'm going to play a tapped Breeding Pool for that reason. Wild Mongrel. I guess the discard for it to be good. I think I'm just going to allow that. I'm not overly concerned about a Wild Mongrel. So I just need to get up to 6 mana, and I can play Master plus hold up Counterspell. So we're actually not that far. We're just a couple turns away from that. Ooh, it's actually a really good draw. So Overgrown Battlement's going to block Wild Mongrel all day. My opponent wants to discard 2 cards to kill Battlement. Please. I welcome it, sir. Telegraphing counterspells pretty hard. Dismember? That is acceptable. Yes, I could have countered that, but I don't see the purpose. I'm going to take a little bit of damage from Wild Mongrel and be okay with that. Hey, another land. No plays. Edric. It's not bad. It's going to be a lot better with Master. So now we just play Master, leave up Counterspell, and pass. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. Oh, so my opponent's deck is pure removal and little dudes. Interesting. Shardless Agent is what we drew. Okay. So, despite having Counterspell backup, my opponent's deck is pure removal, which is really interesting. So we're at 12 life. What can I do here? I want to be able to play Forbid, so I'm at 7 mana. I can play Shardless Agent, see if we get another ramp, leave up Forbid. Or I can play Edric, possibly dissuade attacks. I can play Riverboa. I can play Maloku, but then I can't leave up Forbid. I kind of want a Shardless Agent. Counterspell's already gone, so I can't screw that up, really. I just basically get like a ramp effect, maybe. All right, let's play Shardless Agent. I'm curious what I'm going to hit. It's half the game in itself. Let's see what we hit. Farseek, there you go. That is something. So we'll get, I guess, another blue mana at this point. Rafellos will do enough work, as is. So get our little 2/2, leave up, forbid, and pass. Drew another land. All right, well, that's pretty beneficial. Let's, I can force him to discard to the Wild Mongrel, but he probably just ditches a land. I think what we're going to do is just take the Mongrel. And at this point, I think we're just going to forbid that, discarding Boa plus Island, and then we can do Moloku next turn, leaving up forbid again. So let's play forbid with buyback, counter Tarmogoyf, discard that, discard this. No more plays, untap. Rampant growth, not really necessary, but that's okay. So we'll play Moloku, leave up forbid once again, pass the turn. Guess I can swing with Agent. I think we're only taking one more hit for Mongrel, and then we're going to be set. So I could actually ditch the Edric and Rampant Growth to get Forbid one more time, but at this point I'm ready to just cast Forbid. Edric's going to, if he doesn't have a good cast this turn, it's got to be something good, because otherwise I would prefer to just return 3 lands. How much do I care about Phoenix? Problem with Phoenix is it can block my illusions. Maybe I should have left my Agent back, because then I could double block the Mongrel. He'd have to discard both cards to just kill Moloku. Let's forbid the... I don't want to forbid it, but I'm going to. Mostly because it has haste. Another land. All right, are we going to get burned out? Perhaps. Let's see here. So we play land. We play Edric. Bash in. Draw some cards. No reason to cast Harmonize. I think we're just going to spit out copious amounts of illusion tokens. Draw absurd amounts of cards. Let's see how that pans out for us. Thundermaw Hellkite. Well, it's pretty intimidating, but actually not the worst. I would say should have probably waited on that until I spit out 1,000 dudes. Still just swinging for the fences, which is pretty interesting. So let's do some things here. So Turn a land in my hand. I guess Forbid with Moloku's kind of sexy too. I guess we're probably just doing a couple. How much can I swing back for? 2, 4. If I just block Hellkite, can I kill my opponent if I bounce 5 more lands? 5, 7, 9, 11. I guess I'm one short. Unfortunately, oh wait. I can kill my opponent. So let me make sure my math's correct on this, but I'm pretty sure that it is. So let's see. On my turn, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So all we do here is block Wild Mongrel. He probably discards, I guess. And that is the match. All right. Well, thank God for mathematics, huh? We'll see you in round 2.